I'm George Levy for Bitsonline, where cryptocurrency and technology media meet the future. I'm at the North American Bitcoin Conference, and right now I have the opportunity to meet Itamar Weizman from Cool Cousin.
Thank you.
You have a very interesting story. I actually want to hear more about it. You already have a working platform.
Yeah, I think that differentiates us from a lot of ICOs out there. So what we do is 2 years ago we started our company called Cool Cousin, and we developed an iOS app and a web app that allows travelers who want to visit any type of city out there in the world to get a great perspective of that city, but from a local perspective. So imagine you're going to New York right now, or Barcelona, or Tokyo, or Havana, and you want to have an experience that it's kind of like off the beaten track, and you don't want to use TripAdvisor, where you got these top 10 best lists that are, promoted by some biased organization or some businesses. So what we've done is we curated a community of locals all across the world. Right now we're in 75 cities in 50 different countries.
Interesting. That's your active right now? Your
right now.
Actually.
Yeah, so we have 1,500 community members, what we call Cool Cousins. Each of those create their map of the city with their favorite kind of like places and spots. This could be bars and restaurants and shops, places that you wouldn't find on the first Google page of a search. These are places that you would love. Okay, and these are places that would offer kind of like an alternative experience of that city. Not a touristic trap, not a place that'll be too crowded, but a local spot. And whenever you're traveling, you'll download a person's map, a Cool Cousins map, and we have a very diverse community in each city. So in New York, we have 100 cousins. You can find an 18-year-old student from NYU, or a 45-year-old DJ, or a 60-year-old architect, or a 32-year-old young chef. So people from different lives.
And you can search for them?
Yeah, you can filter by age, by profession, by what they love, like good for coffee.
You can choose your cousin.
Exactly. So you choose your cousin, and you kind of read an interview about them. We also do a professional shoot with each one of them, so you can have like a visually compelling profile, so you can really understand whether you're gonna like the person or not. Because the person, the cool cousin that my mom's gonna pick when she's visiting Barcelona is gonna be different than the person I'm gonna pick when I'm visiting Barcelona. Because we have different lifestyle, different interests. So you pick a cousin, you download their map, also available offline because travelers don't have 3G and Wi-Fi, and then you enjoy their like 30, 40, 50 recommendations, and you can also see what they wrote about the place. We also connected it to Uber and other navigation platforms, so it's easy to understand how to use it as a utility. And you can also message that person. So let's say you're planning your trip to LA, but you don't know where to get your Airbnb because you have no idea what's the cool neighborhood for you. So you can ask them a week ahead or 2 days ahead, hey man, I'm going to LA, where should I get my apartment? What's a cool place?
Interesting.
But you also can ask him about what to do right now. Hey, is there a special festival going on? Or I'm looking for a specific toy store for my kid. Where should I get it? So the idea is you have like a peer-to-peer travel agency that someone that has like the same taste that you have in the same area of expertise or profession. Now we decided to tokenize about 6 months ago, and what we're doing now is we're launching our ICO, which has our token. It's a ERC20 compatible token called CUZ, C-U-Z, like Cool Cousin. And the idea of the token is that we are going to use it as a form of payment between our travelers and our cousins. So you want to give your cousin a tip, you're going to pay him with our token. You want to get that cousin to plan your entire itinerary, you're going to pay him with our token. So we're switching our cousins into a form of concierge. So a lot of people, when they plan, especially business people and especially people who travel often, don't have the time to plan their trip. And they want to have a local concierge to help them do that. So basically our cousins are going to give you a lot of services, basically like a travel agent. Now, a lot of people use travel agents still, though it sounds a bit old-fashioned. They use it because they want to have a person to give them clarity when they travel. Help them sift through lots of information.
You also have to screen these people out.
Yes.
You don't know what
exactly.
Your cool cousin could have like a criminal background or something like that.
So we have a very tough screening process. The idea of the token economy is that we want to have a self-governing community. So the cousins themselves are the one who decide whether you're going to be a cool cousin or not. So let's say we have a community in Stockholm right now. So if a new cousin applies, and we get thousands of applications each month, by the way, all of our growth is 80% of our growth has been organic because we got a lot of PR, New York Times, LA Times, a lot of,
so those have actually written about you?
Yeah, of course.
And the question,
TechCrunch have written about us.
So Cool Cousin right now, prior to token, because the token hasn't happened yet, but the app is currently available.
Yes,
it's
iOS, and it's a web app. So coolcousin.com, you can enjoy all of our services, and we have over 550,000 users, 150,000 monthly active travelers. We have thousands of reviews in the App Store. We have thousands of articles mentioning us, the big outlets out there, and people love our product, so they're spreading the word about us organically. And we're walking around here, people know Cool Cousin already, so it's great to have that sort of feedback from people.
So let me ask you another question.
Yeah.
So prior to this token, because the token I can get it, there's going to be an incentive that you could actually incentivize different behaviors and different things, and you can reward the cousins for the behavior. But prior to that, as you currently stand, what's in it for a cool cousin to actually be a cool cousin?
It's a great question.
Right.
So I'm actually the head of operations in our community. So what I do is I manage all the different type of communities and cousins we have out there. And what's amazing, at the beginning, when we just started out the company and it was bootstrapping, I went to 5 different cities in the world and recruited local people myself and pitched them of the idea.
Okay.
Now, after that, when we started growing, after like 5 cities with like 100 cousins, now we're 75 cities, people apply to us to become a cousin. And the reason we do that is the reason they do that is for a very simple reason. They want in on our community. So we connect our cousins internally. Let's say I have Teresa, she's a cousin in Lisbon, she's a fashion designer. She's traveling to Milan for Fashion Week. We connected her with cousins in Milan who are into fashion business. So now she has the ability to connect with other cousins. So it's a great way for cousins to network, extend their network, and also get different types of offers and ideas. But I think most people do it, most cousins, because they want to share their experience out there with the world. Instagram and Facebook, people love sharing how they view the world because I think they enjoy the social currency and the validity of it. So when people say, hey, I'm a cool cousin, and by the way, we've noticed that people put in their cool cousin link to the profile in Instagram and LinkedIn. So people register it on themselves. And the reason they do that, and we've seen hundreds of people do that, is because they want to have that validation on their personality. I'm a cool cousin.
Right.
Here's my map. And also, I'm from Tel Aviv, Israel, and it's a great startup capital, and lots of people visit from all over the world. And whenever people visited from across the world, I would give them a PDF of my favorite things to do in the city.
Right.
And it's very common that people do that. But now, if you're a cousin, you just share a link with your map. So it's very easy to do.
Interesting, right, because the app actually has built in all that functionality.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And also we've simplified the process. So creating a map is 3-4 hours, and we do a professional shoot 1 hour, and you also get to have professional shoots of you if you can use for all this stuff. So it's a very simple process to become a cousin, and then now you're incentivized to reply to messages, to do all sort of these actions through our incentive engine.
Excellent. So let me ask you a question. For the audience at Bitsonline, if somebody actually wanted to find out more about Cool Cousin and all these plans moving forward, could you give us some information?
Of course. So coolcousin.com is the product, and you can, if you're traveling anywhere in the world, we launch a new city every 4 days. So it's really cool to see all the new cities developed, and if you're visiting somewhere, just go to coolcousin.com or the App Store. But we're now launching our token, and you can read about it at coolcousin.com/ICO to see our white paper, join our Telegram group. We've put a lot of thought into it. And we've been walking around here getting a lot of great feedback at the North American Bitcoin Conference. We're one of the sponsors and we have a booth, so we've been talking to a lot of people. And it's really great to have all that feedback. And our crowd sale is going to be end of March. Now we're doing pre-sale for investors. And that's pretty much it.
Excellent. Well, Itamar, thank you so very much.
Thank you much for your time. Thank you so much.
And good luck to Cool Cousin for what you're doing.
Thank you.